I danced through the bullshit, danced through the pain, danced through the dark when they forgot my name. Back to the wall, but I still stand tall. Unheard athlete, yeah. I danced through it all. I danced through it all.
You know, if I had to choose another high school, I would go to Gilman again, for sure. But to start out my freshman year, I had to do summer school, and I had to do workouts. So my whole summer was just filled with nothing but workouts and summer school. So that was required for all freshmen to do was summer school. And then because I had to get acclimated to the school. And then also getting acclimated to the school, I had to get acclimated to the football program. So when workouts came around, I had to get acclimated to the football program as well. So that's when the workouts came around, and the workouts were a bear. They were definitely, strenuous. They were hard. They were challenging. But it got the best of me sometimes, but I was able to keep up for most of the time because I prepared myself. I wasn't like that fourth grade kid that started at KLM who needed help getting around the field, who couldn't do a push-up or a sit-up. I was prepared for the grind, for sure. I was prepared for the grind. I pushed myself. I was able to do well. And I got through that first training session for Gilman. And it was hard. It was definitely strenuous. I remember running the track every day, and that track was so big. I mean, it's still there. But that track at Gilman is so big. We had to run that multiple times, big and little guys. So I was a defensive lineman. I was playing nose guard at the time. So that was a bear. But I was like 245, 5'10 and a half, 245 pounds. So I was on the lighter side. But I still was able to get through it for sure. So leading into training camp for my workouts, I was just pushing myself, trying to make sure I was keeping up with everybody, making sure I would do well. And going into the season, I wasn't really expecting to be anywhere but just to be on the field somewhere, regardless if it was going to be freshman, JV, or varsity. I just wanted to play. That's what I was recruited there for, was to play football, and that's what I was looking forward to do. So at the end, when we get into training camp, it was another strenuous time because the training camp was a wake-up call for me, and it was like an eye-opener for me because it wasn't youth football anymore. It was high school football. Every level you go through is going to be a big jump. It's going to be either from high school it's going to be like a big jump from youth football to high school to college to the pros. It's going to be a big jump. It's going to be different, but different is good. Change is good. So that's what I appreciated about my journey, was about the change. It was different, but it was good. So during training camp, it was hard, going against guys who were older than me and who were more experienced than me in the high school level. It was very challenging at first, but I was able to push through it. I was very determined to get through it, and I was doing pretty well. In my first training camp, I was doing pretty well. I turned some heads, for sure. I turned enough heads to the point where the head coach at the time brought me and my parents to the side, and they asked me straight up, like, would you be okay? My coach asked my parents. They asked my parents, like, would they be okay with having your son start as a freshman on varsity? And for me personally, I was geeked. I was happy. I was excited. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'll be ready to go because this is a challenge for me. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to play. Now, I wasn't expecting to play varsity, and I wasn't expecting to start at all. But I pushed myself through the workouts and through training camp to get to that point. And we all came to the agreement that it was okay for me to play as a freshman, to start as a freshman on varsity on a nationally powerhouse team. I was ready for the grind.
So I danced through it all. Unheard story, real scars. This is the podcast where we dance through it all.